Have you ever sent out a job application and then just crickets? Felt like your resume just went into a giant black hole? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to dig into how AI is completely changing the hiring game for better and, yeah, for worse.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that, let's be honest, probably hits a little too close to home for a lot of us. You have a great interview. You think you nailed it, and then? Nothing, just complete silence. What is going on there?
You know that awful feeling of being ghosted? It's really just a symptom of a much bigger problem. The entire hiring process, from start to finish, can be a total mess. And it's not just frustrating for candidates, it's a massive headache for companies too.
I mean, you can really see the frustration on both sides of the table here. As a candidate, you're stuck in limbo, getting zero feedback. Meanwhile, employers are drowning in applications, wasting time, and struggling to find someone who doesn't just have the skills, but who actually fits in with the team.
So why does ghosting even happen? Well, according to talent leader Cindy Diogo, it's almost never personal. The real culprit is just administrative overload. Recruiting teams are just completely burned out and buried under a mountain of paperwork.
So, let's pull back the curtain for a second. What's actually happening behind the recruiter's desk that's causing all this chaos? Why does the traditional process feel so broken? Just look at this. This is the gauntlet a recruiter has to run for every single open position. Now imagine you're not just doing this for one job, but for 10, 20, maybe even 30 jobs all at once. Yeah, it's pretty easy to see how things start to fall through the cracks.
And the sheer volume they're up against is just staggering. We're talking about thousands of applicants for a single popular role. Now put yourself in their shoes. How could you possibly give a personal response to every single one of them?
So to manage this absolute flood of applications, companies use software. And one of the very first hurdles you, as a candidate, have to clear is something called resume parsing. Basically, a bot scans your resume looking for exact keywords from the job description. If you don't have those magic words, you can get kicked out of the running before a human ever even sees your name.
And when the system gets that overloaded, the whole thing becomes a numbers game. As Cindy Diogo puts it, it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall. You just hope something sticks. And that is a recipe for wasted time and frustration for absolutely everyone.
Okay, so this whole mess is precisely the problem that AI is stepping in to solve. And let's be super clear. We're not talking about AI replacing recruiters. Think of it more like an incredibly smart assistant, a co-pilot ready to handle all that tedious, time-consuming work.
And what does that actually look like in practice? Well, the AI can take care of all that annoying back and forth to schedule interviews. It can automatically transcribe conversations and even give you a summary. It can handle the mountain of onboarding paperwork. And maybe the biggest deal of all, it can intelligently sift through thousands of resumes to find the best potential matches.
So the whole point here is to automate the grunt work. By letting AI do that, recruiters can finally focus on the human side of hiring, having real conversations, digging into what motivates a person, and finding that perfect fit for the team.
But, okay, this all sounds a little too good to be true, right? Well, it's not quite that simple. This is definitely a double-edged sword. Bringing AI into hiring creates a whole new set of risks that we need to be really smart about.
This quote right here absolutely nails the biggest challenge. An AI is only as smart or as unbiased as the data you train it on. It's that classic saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out.
And this is where we run into a really serious problem called algorithmic bias. Think about it. If a company's past hiring data shows they mostly hired people from, say, 2 specific universities, the AI learns that pattern. It thinks, aha, hiring from these schools equals success. Then it starts prioritizing new candidates from those schools, unintentionally filtering out equally amazing people from different backgrounds.
This also starts a brand new game for job seekers, kind of like a resume arms race. Now candidates can use their own AI to perfectly tailor their resume with the exact keywords the company's bot is looking for. This gives them a huge leg up in getting past those initial screeners, maybe even pushing them to the top of the pile.
So, with all these upsides and downsides, what does the future of hiring actually look like? Well, it's not shaping up to be a battle of humans versus AI. It's about humans plus AI.
Yeah, the emerging idea is pretty clear on this. The future isn't AI or a recruiter. It's AI plus a recruiter. It's a partnership where the tech makes the human better at their job.
And this really breaks down that new division of labor perfectly.
You let the AI handle the high-volume, repetitive tasks, scheduling, paperwork, initial sourcing, because it's just way faster. This frees up the recruiter to do what only a human can do: figure out culture fit, understand motivation, and use empathy to build a real connection.
And that's the bottom line. By letting AI be our co-pilot, we're not just making hiring faster, we're making it smarter, more strategic, and, believe it or not, a lot more human.
And that leaves us with a really important question to think about as this technology gets more and more powerful. We're all going to have to decide, in the age of AI, what work should always remain human,